Hey there, everybody. PTPOP here, leading you out of the call center rabbit hole, one grain of truth at a time. And today, I looked to Reddit to see if there's any call centers that don't suck. It's going to be a good one, my friends. I just signed up for Reddit, and I'm like learning to use it, and I'm finding it quite entertaining, actually. Yeah, it is. It's very entertaining. So let me switch over here to Reddit. And I did a search here, and I just put in call centers. Call centers suck. And I found this one thread that says, are there any call centers that don't suck? This person, I think this is from Obus Supreme. And Obus says, ever since I started working in call centers, I noticed the call center industry has always been shit. Makes you wonder, is there any telemarketing company that does care about its employees? Well, unfortunately, I don't think there is, telemarketing or not. And Impromptu Hotelier says, from what I've seen and from what people post here, the answer is basically no. Call centers, let's see if I can blow this up so you can all read it a little bit gooder. From what call centers all run on the same formula, which is hire a ton of people, pay them just enough to keep them around, micromanage bathroom breaks, ding you for seconds over your handle time, and constantly remind you that you're replaceable. There might be some smaller niche places where management is chill and you get along with your team. That can make a huge difference. But the industry itself is built on squeezing as much as possible out of the agents. And this is exactly what we've all found. This is what I've found. And IO Punky responds pretty much this. All call centers run the same. Though I like my team, so I stay for now until another internal position open that I want. Though being a frontline agent is micromanagement hell, and if you don't meet requirements, you can be let go and replaced. And it's the same everywhere you go. Let's see what else some of the other people have said here. Student 7257 says, you're good at your job, manage their insane processes. Bang, they change those processes and fail your calls. Yeah, there's constant change in these call centers. They're always looking for reasons to change things. And I think one of the reasons is once people get comfortable with the current processes and they start to overcome them and start to come up with ways to be better at them, they change them because they find that people have navigated the waters, they figured them out, they're becoming successful, and they're getting too many bonuses, they're getting too many pay raises, they're meeting too much of their metrics, so they constantly have to change it to keep you under the curve. Student 57 says, you didn't repeat the customer request back to them like you're mocking them. Yeah, fail call. Yeah, when somebody calls in to a call center, for those of you who watch that aren't authentic or have never worked in a call center, if a customer calls in and says, hi, Pete, I want to know the balance of my credit card, you're supposed to say, well, I can appreciate that, sir. Thanks for calling in. And so you're saying you need me to check on the balance of your credit card. And then they have to say yes. And if you don't mirror what they say, you don't repeat back what the request is, you get written up. Exciting stuff. Old Connection 9122 says exactly. The majority of call centers run on the industrial age max efficiency model of handling the max amount of customers in the least amount of time to maximize profit. The model doesn't care about the worker whatsoever. You are a cog in the wheel, and you are unfortunately treated as such. Sure, some call centers are better than others, but even the better ones focus on some stupid metrics instead of fixing issues in employee satisfaction and customer satisfaction. They don't care about customer satisfaction. It's it's a bad treadmill, and the sad part is there have always been better ways to run call centers. And that's just it. These companies are constantly looking for ways to save money. What if they just let it go? What if they said, hey, we need this call center. Give the people a lot of leeway. They're on the phones. Let's worry about employee satisfaction and customer satisfaction, and we'll take a cut in the bank accounts. But they'll never do that. They'll never let go of that money because they need that extra money to go buy another jet and make trips to some exotic island. It's hard to change call center work into a respectable profession under this model because efficiency is a priority above all. I just know after working for over 10 different companies in the past 13 years doing call center work, they are dead-end jobs to avoid if possible. The only reason I continue to do them is because of my elderly mother out of state. I must do them to have a chance to see her more often. The work must be remote. This person, Empress Meow Meow, Empress Meow Meow says, I've never heard of one. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I think you're completely right. Riri 1987 says that's like a needle in the haystack. There are software support call centers that are tolerable than your average. I've heard that about tech support call centers. I've heard a lot of that. See if you can see that. This is the one I was just reading right here. I forgot to highlight my messages so you can see what I'm reading. See, this is now doing this at work. Says, I'm in a call center for social care in the UK. I did 12 years frontline tech support as well as phone line issues. The work I do now is actually rewarding. Yes, there's still, I guess, call handle time, but it's more a guide. Don't take the piss, basically. I guess you're not allowed to go to the bathroom, even though you've got more lenient metrics. It's actually listening and understanding folks, neither referring onwards or signposting onwards. There are good call centers. There's rewarding opportunities. Good luck. And so, the bottom line is, again, the thing that I have found in my personal experience in call centers over the years is that they're all identical. It doesn't matter the product, doesn't matter if it's inbound, outbound, doesn't matter if it's sales or customer service or tech support. The corporate world has adopted the same model to run every single call center. And they've looked at it as a way to use people as slaves to make money because the call centers cost so much to run, or they allegedly do, that they're not about to get away with just paying people good ways to do it and treat them well. They have to torture them, pay them as little as possible, get them to derive income from it, making them sell, so they can go off and have their sexy, kinky parties. Let's see here. Gentastics. I worked, says, see here, I'll highlight this. I keep forgetting to highlight the messages. I think you can see that. Gentastic says, I worked for an insurance call center that wasn't as horrible as some places, and there was some opportunities to gain skills, get off the phone lines if possible. Big Story 7653 says, I work for an insurance call center now that actively wants you to move upwards off the position to other roles within 16 months. No micromanaging either. Metrics, yes, but doable. Oh, that's nice. I had a friend that worked for Progressive Insurance, and he worked in sales, and he always seemed to like it. But this is almost 25 years ago. I haven't spoken to him in 25 years, and I have no idea if he still works there. So maybe insurance is different. I worked for Progressive Insurance for about a month, and I was in training. I quit during training because I had to get licensed as an insurance agent, and I just couldn't hack the test. I took it once and bombed it, and I had no idea what this girl was even talking about in class. I was so bored. Like, insurance to me, I think watching paint dry would be more exciting than listening to somebody try to train me on insurance. Um, so this person contradicts everybody else. Duke of Greenfield. I am the Duke of Greenfield, yes. And they say, yes, I love my call center. I've never heard anyone say that they love it. I've worked for a telco for the last 13 years. Great pay, union is strong, and management aren't assholes. Most of the folks I work with in my team have been here for over 5 years. After the pandemic, they offered us to stay and work from home permanently. I decided to come back to spend all my time in my tiny apartment. They ask us to keep our stats up, but they aren't asses. I'm very lucky to be working here. Yeah, if you've got a union, you may have it better. And I've been discussing this topic, the unions. I think if you've got a union call center, you have a better chance of being treated somewhat humanely. Gibberish 94 says, I enjoyed, let's see here, let's highlight this for everybody. Gibberish 94 says, I enjoy the company I work for. It's been voted one of the best places to work a couple times here and there. The benefits are excellent, the pay is good, and plenty of chances for extra hours if that's your thing. Surprisingly easy to move up the company, and they strictly work from home. This Wine and G's says, I know there were, so I hope some are still hidden out there. In my experience, large corporate call centers will always suck. They micromanage and complain the most. You will never do enough. Startups and niche companies were the most awesome jobs. Yeah, the best call center I had was a small telecom company in the early 1990s, and they treated me really well. But this is long before the metrics were a thing, and they didn't have the infrastructure to listen and monitor the calls. It was very small, 6-man call center. I knew everybody. We all got along. I don't know if we all liked each other, but for the most part, we did pretty well. And this one says, none. This is big player. BJ big player. None, because all assume that phone agents in general will duck calls for 4 hours a day, which would double labor costs and cut productivity in half. The entire system is designed to maximize throughput and minimize labor costs. That means math, KPIs, NPS, and other metrics are everything. It's how clients judge the BPO call centers. Yeah, he's right, because they assume that the average worker is a dope and manipulative and evil, and they lie, and that people actually came to work for their company just so they could sit there and not do anything all day long. So in order to control it and to make sure they weren't being lazy workers, they allegedly gave metrics. Now, the metrics aren't there just for that. The metrics are there to control the situation and to help the company make money off of you. And they're trying to turn you into machines, turn you into robots, so you can just get people on and off the phone as quickly as possible because it costs them money. This person says they're in a finance call center. It's honestly not too bad. Yeah, I mean, I was at Charles Schwab for about 3 days, but I never took any calls. I was there through a staffing agency, and they decided not to hire anybody, so they canceled. This is years and years ago. It's like 15 years ago. Disney Ma. I retired last year. Let's see here. Let's highlight this. Disney Ma. I retired last year after working at a healthcare call center for 15 years. Besides great medical insurance, my job was only mildly stressful, no more than any other type of job. My job was setting up appointments with specialists only, and I got to be rather good at my job. I enjoyed helping people. Not a job for everyone, but it worked for me. Yeah, I've heard that the insurance companies are not too bad, so I don't know. Do any of you out there that are watching my channel, do you have a good call center job? Do you have something that's like really awesome and you just can't believe you stumbled upon it? Because the big ones, I never had any good luck. Wells Fargo wasn't too bad, but there was a lot of racism internally. There was a lot of very strange supervisors. I had a supervisor that would mock me when I'd come up and talk to her. I don't know why she did it. She just didn't like me, but she'd openly mock me and make faces at me and do really weird crap like that. But she took a leave of absence. I think I found out why. I think she was losing her marbles. And she was gone one day. I said, what happened to, I don't remember what her name was, Grace or something. And, oh, like she took a leave of absence. She wasn't doing too well. And a friend of mine that was a supervisor there told me that she had kind of lost her marbles. Cheese slid off her cracker. But do you know of any places that are good? I can't find any. My friend Kevin has a good one. But he works by himself, and he's helping homeless people find shelter in the UK. A woman that was supposed to be in my documentary, I think she has a pretty good one. But she's running into the same metrics issues. They're forcing a lot of things on them, and I think they're having layoffs now. I'm not positive. So let me know what you think of the comments. Give me the thumbs up. And if you want to support this channel and keep it going, give me the thumbs up, like and subscribe, tell people about it. Buy my music, my bumper music. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll talk to y'all on the other side of tomorrow.